Whole night we're drinking, whole day we're drinking, folks. Welcome to Old Talk, right here on the United Hour. We are in the virtual bar, and I have all my drinking partners here with me. Today, I am joined by the provocateur, Mr. Robert Wallace, my good friend, Mr. CJ, and Mr. Courtney Andrews, who's here as well too. We will be joined by some other members of the drinking panel this evening. Gentlemen, how are we enjoying our Sunday afternoon?
Good.
Yeah.
I'll go out
Uh-huh.
later. But yeah.
Where you going?
All right,
I can't complain, you know.
Where you going, TJ?
but that's good. That's good. That's
Oh.
good.
No, where?
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Why
think
you
we're
trying to?
good.
Why
We
you
play
trying to mind the boy business? So what do you?
No,
Do you have a
because I'm
vested
very
interest in it?
concerned. I'm very concerned,
Why?
right? There are a lot of things out there in the world now. You know, you have to be very
Okay, you know
careful.
what? You know what? You can save the talk for the birds and the bees later, please. All right.
No, no. I mean, the world a dangerous place, but I have no money and I'm too annoying to get kidnapped. So
Right, people,
Tr-
I mean,
trust
to be
me.
fair, people dying out here for less, eh?
Mm-mm.
Facts.
No,
But let's keep the atmosphere positive today, gentlemen. Just before I forget, special Shubh Diwali to all in the Hindu community who will be celebrating the festivities this tomorrow. Tomorrow's a holiday for us as well too. If you're, well, I guess in general, everybody who's celebrating Diwali, it should be a holiday for most people. But then again, it's Trinidad. We kind of move up. We operate a little different.
Mm.
Correct.
So today we do a quick reflection on Saturday's game. Of course, Manchester United pulling a draw from the jaws of defeat when it looked like we were staring it down. A 1-1 draw at Stamford Bridge, the fifth consecutive draw against Chelsea within the last 3 seasons since we've done the double over them in 2019-20. Chelsea fans were not like that. They don't like the fact that we have that over them. I would like to get everybody's feedbacks on that result yesterday. What did it mean for you? The performance, what went wrong, what went right, where could be improve. I know there'd be a lot to say on that. Courtney, I'm gonna start with you.
Um, First half we had a pretty decent game. I will say this. I think President Chad, in our last discussion, we've lamented that we need to start scoring our chances. Anthony had a clear-cut chance. Marcus had another one that was saved. So we need to start to put them away because if had we put away those two, I think we would have been in a much better position to play the kind of football that Ten Hag wants us to play. Um, Casemiro for me had a okay game. Thankfully his header was inches over the line. Um, I feel the pain for Verando. Getting an injury like that at this stage before the World Cup is going to be very tough for him to come back to full fitness in time. Well, Scott
Yeah,
was
that's
being
good.
Scott. I was trying to figure out what the tactical change was when he brought on Fred and moved Bruno out to the wing. In my mind, it would
I
have
think
made. Go
I
ahead.
think it was meant to be like a flat 4-4-2. So it kind of like had Bruno acting as a wide man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Bruno is not a wide player.
I mean,
You know.
he's played a wide left and he passed during his time in Udinese and
Yeah,
Sporting Lisbon.
Bruno
But
is not.
I
He's not.
know. Naturally, he's not a wide player. I get that.
Yeah. So and for me, probably Langa or somebody else might have been a better suit, a better fit. But again, I'm not on the ground in Chelsea, so I don't know what his thinking was. I am hoping that we are now past the CR7 saga, and I read somewhere this morning that he Ten Hag and the club are set for some showdown talks. So I hope the outcome is, peace, love, and hair grease, Ronaldo. We've cancelled your contract. You are free to find a new club.
It's always
Unless,
it's always showdown talks at Manchester United, isn't it? It's like I swear, it's like we like that club running on Western times. I don't know what's going on. Like it's
well,
a set of gunslingers.
United, yes.
unless we can see, and somebody within Ronaldo's camp pulls him aside and says, "Look, I understand that you want to leave, but you're contractually here till such time that you are. Please act in a professional manner.
Okay, you know what, Courtney? I appreciate that input on that, but I wanna focus on basically like Ronaldo FC versus Manchester United Football Club a little bit later on as we're getting into it. But for
Same.
now, I wanna focus on basically what transpired yesterday and everybody's feeling on it. Robert, I wanna come to you on this one. Now I know you probably would have been one of many people, and also special good afternoon to Kess and Grail McPherson in the comments as well too. You probably would have been one of many people who, when that penalty was given for Chelsea, you might have been fuming. You probably must have been cussing Scott McTominay to the hills. Now, I know many people have debated this, but I think a lot of people would be in agreement. Did you think that was a penalty yesterday?
This badge says no, it was not, right? So my bias says no, but it was a penalty. You know, I mean, it was. We all have to agree it was. Scott was just being a little too eager. You know, I mean, you know, there are ways to grab people in the box. You know, talk to men like Ramos. These men know the dark arts now. They know how to finesse the ways now. You know what I mean? So I think the man needs to go and do a little lessons, you know. But it was a penalty. I mean, it was. Because you can't grab a man in front of the referee. You know, you can't.
All right, fair.
It was. But to be fair, it happened. I mean, they scored, but I knew that it wasn't the end. Like, something had to happen because these men.
So you felt in the pit of your bones. You felt like a equalizer should have been on the horizon somewhere. You had that measure of faith.
It was either faith or just bad mind. I don't know what it was, but something had to happen. You know, because we were playing too well against Chelsea for the first time in I don't know how long. We went to the bridge and we were actually, you know, on the front foot and we were fighting them and they were just there. They were there for the taking, you know. So
I would say it was a game of basically like two halves because gradually you could see Chelsea kind of getting back into the game slightly in the second half.
But we somehow always had a way to kind of, whenever they came up, we were able to raise our game a little bit more and we were able to kind of push them down a little bit more. You know, it's not like how we were a year ago, 2 years ago, where we'd have just go into our shell and be frightened and saying, oh gosh, you know, men was fighting. You know, the fact that, you know, Martinez was just being a beast today. I mean, I was so happy to see him there. I find men need to learn some more lessons from Martinez. Don't frighten your body. Cuff men in the face. You see Luke Shaw save a man's life? Try to...
No, it was Mason Mount.
Yeah, Mason Mount.
Man, tell Mason Mount, hey dog, my brother mad, do that.
No, don't do that. No. You calm down. Calm down. No.
Yeah, Shaw was like, hey, mate, my man's crazy over here. He kills me.
Yeah, don't be on that.
Sure.
Martinez is a mad man. You know.
Shaw gave Mason Mount the speech Walter White gave his wife. We not in danger, you know. Lisandro Martinez dies the danger. I protected you.
Yeah.
You understand? No, but I mean, it was a penalty, yes.
All
I mean, I cussed Scotty. I did. Because you should have known better.
I mean, let's face it, he's not as well versed in the dark arts, like you said, as the likes of the Sergio Ramoses and the Pepes and then probably the Ander Herreras, if you want to bring it close to United nature.
Yeah.
So, but I guess it's a learning lesson, and hopefully he grows from that. CJ, I want to come to you. Walk me through your emotions with Casemiro's equalizer.
Honestly, it was crazy because really and truly, I really didn't when the penalty was conceded, I was like, I real hope we don't go into our old selves, say, all right, well, I game there, we can't come back and score. And to see the header go in, it was crazy, boy. That was crazy. That's crazy. And I feel what's crazy about it is how not only clutch, but how real narrow it was in terms of when you look at it. Because really and truly, that was like, wait, that's a goal, it went in. and then the referee
Matter
do
of
full.
millimeters.
No, really. Here I'll argue that. Kepa himself is a wicked man because literally your hand is literally over the line. You grab and you slam it down on the boy. I like Kepa.
No, but remember it went in before that. When it
Yeah,
bounced off the post,
it rolled over the line. Yeah, it rolled over the line before that.
and then when he slammed it down and tried to pull it back, it was already inside.
Yep.
Yeah, but and then when he was like, no, it's like, brother, come now, like you could kill somebody because big man, that you very well know it went in, and I think
and
what's the
mind you,
crazy
this-
part. I think what's the crazy part though, what I saw from the game looking back to when Luke Shaw was doing keepy ups to waste time, Harrington, I was like, hey, wait the win, hey, game still on, go for the win, you dummy. Like literally, everyone shouting, they were like, hey, whoops, hey, whoops. Kind of wasting time here, go for the game. And that's why I like.
You have to love that about Ten Hag. Yes, he's like no wasted motion
Exactly.
inside here. That once there's seconds on the clock, there's still time for something to happen, and I love that.
No, because at the end of the day, we are already down. We can't lose again.
Exactly, because that's my thing.
You brought it back to level terms. You want to try and at least do something else, yeah.
What I like about it is that he sees that Chelsea in itself in that last minute, even if we did push, Chelsea was rattled. Like, if you look at Chelsea's whole demeanor when that goal went in, they couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Jorginho.
Dejection. Absolute dejection.
He himself was disrespectful. You go shouting Jorginho ears. Like,
well, you know what's the crazy part is like, CJ, you and I both saw this on Twitter earlier today. It was like somebody was saying how that's the closest he'll ever get to a Ballon d'Or contender and a winner. And somebody said that's the best. That's the closest he'll get to Jorginho get to playing in the World Cup. Yeah, next to Anthony. I said, yo. I said, yo. That was a hot best.
They say if he go to
all right.
If he play against Messi, they say that was the closest he will get to playing for Ballon d'Or.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. So we are being joined by the only seven, Mr. Raul Edwards. Raul, how are you doing this evening, bro?
I did mic check. Will you hear me clear?
Yes, sir. We are hanging clear.
Yeah, we hear you now.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
So before we go any further, I just want to get into some. All right, nice. Before we get into further, I want to get into a couple of comments. President Chad was saying earlier that Chelsea did not deserve a point. I think we would be inclined to agree because the way we played, I think we should have gotten more out of this.
Listen to the Manchester United fan in me agrees with President Chad, but the football enthusiast in me does not, and I'll tell you why. Goals win matches.
Correct.
If we don't score, wherever we get, we get.
Yeah. Fair enough. Kes is saying that it was a penalty according to the rules, but it's the first time it's called for the season. It's hardly ever called. The refs is sticking to the rules. Arsenal should have had 4 penalty kicks. I mean, that's actually a good point, because I have seen many instances where players have been grabbed in the box. Other players have had hands around their opponents. Some of them fall to the floor and nothing is ever given. This is one of those weird cases where you see that instance has actually been called up for. It's a weird one.
We've known that the EPL has had a problem with consistency with their referees. Like I think there was some real bad decision in the last month or so that that particular ref got demoted to do in championship games. I think it was for us. Some bad call we get against us, and he get the axe.
The 2 penalties he didn't give was also not allowing the Ronaldo goal.
Yep. And Girl is saying that it was a soft penalty, but it was a penalty nonetheless.
Look, so, my views on penalties are very simple. If it's considered a foul in the normal field of play, unfortunately, is a foul in the box, it is a penalty, regardless of whether or not it's a soft foul or not.
Yep, it's a penalty.
Yes. Have more sense for that.
Siraj is, we're joined here by Siraj Isat here in the comments. He says that United have been playing shit. I'm like, Siraj, what game were you watching yesterday? Anyway, that's his opinion. He's entitled to it.
He must Facebook group.
Wow, and he's also saying don't overpraise Ten Hag.
Yeah, that's some must Facebook group kind of mentality. Like that. Hi must Trinidad. Yeah, yeah.
Bro.
I
Bro.
beat on
Partner,
that
partner.
group. That group is
Do
for
you have
men.
court clothes? Do you have court clothes, CJ?
Go close for what? The group
Do
there.
you have gloves, CJ? Can you
Hey,
fight, CJ? You
fight
understand?
what?
Robert.
When a
What?
man
Robert.
catch you outside,
Robert.
don't
They,
call
they
me,
can't
Robert.
you
even
know.
use. They can't even.
Robert.
Half of them can't even use spell check.
You see my
I don't
grade?
care.
I can't fight no
don't
more,
care.
you know. I'm an old man.
Wow.
No,
You understand?
the month
Excuse me.
I want to say this.
Excuse
I'm going
me.
to say this. Maybe I'm going to
Robert?
get.
Anyway, yes,
Yeah.
Raul, what would you like to say?
I'd like to tell Robert, I take umbrage to that statement he just made there, that comment being an old man. So if you
No,
old,
to
why I'm
me.
ancient?
To me, yeah.
I am going
And
to.
anyway, but yes,
I'm going
but
to
I
do
can
this.
understand, and you see, comments like that,
Hmm.
that the United is playing shit and stuff like that, is because these people would have jumped on the United bandwagon when we were successful. These
Yep.
people don't understand that in life and in sport and anything you do, it's a cycle. Not everything is going to go your way all the time.
Yep.
And it is a work in process all the time. You
Yep.
have good days, you have bad. But once you, as an individual, now I'm going personal here, once you as an individual identify what you can do better, which extends not only into your individual things you do for yourself, but in your job, in your life, and how you impact your community, and by greater good the country or your team or whatever. That is how you progress. And none of this, I'm saying this because none of this can be done without discipline. And there must be standards and levels to be maintained.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
And
so
Good.
what I think he's alluding to as well is obviously because Ronaldo in play. But it's good.
That has to be it.
It's good.
That has to
It's,
be
there's
it.
no man is an island, and there's no iron team.
I'm going to, and I'm double down on my disrespect. Me personally, Musk is the example of just wanting to say something to be different. Like, here the kicks with us now, because I go and double down on it. And if men want to try it, it's CJ Peters. You can check me in the group. I still in the group. And I don't care. But here the kicks.
CJ won't smoke.
Here the
CJ
crazy
wants to
part,
smoke.
the fella who say, here the crazy, here this joke. We dictated the game, but we deserve to lose. No, the man name. No, I saw the name and I was like, but wait, I didn't know I didn't know Louis Van Gaal had a Facebook burner account because all you said was, oh, at least we had possession. Like, bruh, I can't say that again. I'll probably get beef with Musk. Musk is type like men who just be on Twitter but don't know how to cross the road. You just so focused on wanting to say something, you probably might not know how to cross the road. You probably
It ain't have enough alcohol for you to go down.
no. You probably feel people who are Musk, who just like to talk all these kind of contrarian beliefs, they feel that overpass is a pass over the head. That's what they probably mean. That the only overpass them men probably know. I don't know. So
I don't know what they put in this boy Shandy. I don't know what they put in this boy Shandy, but my God.
So for me,
When he wants to know is he wants by Grand Bazaar around where's that's what they know.
Yep.
Lord father. Wow.
They feel around
We are
about
off.
in the back there, boy.
half of the people
We are
must
off
be
to a
around about
flying
is the
start
full
in the virtual bar right now. My God.
You hear that one? You didn't hear that one, Greg? People feel
No, I
the
didn't hear.
roundabout. People that must feel the roundabout is the spin move Anthony just do.
I done there, boy. I done.
Probably. I don't know. Could be. Because
Jesus Christ.
Boy, and mind
Dan,
the business.
when I went to use the toilet, I didn't say let me go and use the toilet, you know. Let me go and take a shit, you know. Let me go and take a must. How about that? How about I take a must?
CJ,
Wow,
pull
wow.
back. Please unpack.
Come down from there. Come down from
I just saying.
Come down from there, please.
because not everybody can be cast into that light because there are some sensible people on that page.
Emotional damage. You want some therapy? Emotional, damn it. You want some therapy?
Nah, but
That first.
I'ma just say
I had to do that for a second. I had to do that. My
I
God.
just
You need that. You need something
Yeah, what's
to
up?
get a little healing mass or something, you know. Get us our pasta, Fred, now, please, and thanks.
No,
A pasta.
no. He needs some herb, boy.
Yo, I'm having too
All
much fun today. I'm having
it's
too
not
much fun
all of
today.
us. I love like 50 of y'all on that page, so it's not all. Go beat up.
Wow.
No, say all. Say all,
Nah.
CJ. Say all. Carry a gun, shoot everybody and done. Shoot everybody and done, CJ.
Dog.
I hear for it, you know. I hear for it. You know what? I was wrong, CJ. I have your back,
come in,
CJ.
CJ.
I have your back. No, I have your back. There you go. Shoot
You know.
all them, but all.
CJ, come in.
Anyway.
Shoot
And
all.
just take the pen out of the grenade and just throw it in the room and walk off now, boy. And just
Boom.
back, man.
Yes,
Yes.
That's up all that kick, dog. That is up all that kick.
Don't
That
worry.
is up all that
They
kick.
have no fans. Don't worry. Them and Man City the same thing. They have no fans. Don't worry about them. They have no members neither.
Yo, the comments
Don't
going
worry
wild.
about
Chad saying CJ need to let him breathe and get him a chance.
No.
Somebody saying here SSB Ford. Thank you for joining on YouTube. He's saying here, how many shots did Chelsea have compared to us? Let's talk stats because last season I know they dominated their home games. There's progress for United. And Grell is saying that you need a timeout with CR7, dog. Go in
never
the
be. Could never be because I have more shots on target and my shots didn't miss. So
And that's CR7.
Can we move this along, please?
No, we can't move on. CJ,
CJ Tree
we'll
Hard.
do it. CJ, I hear for you now. CJ, I hear for you now. I'm going to change my name. Hold up. I'm going to change my name. You change my name? Nah, I hear for that, man. I
CJ,
hear for it, man.
That
I
tree
hear for
have
it.
just what they go start to tell you. You're representing the tree which from Clash of the Titans.
Bruh.
small.
CJ just loose today, boy. Loose.
I don't know.
Take all.
Courtney, I know what they're putting Man Shandy, you know.
Man
My God.
Shandy, Man Shandy needs to get a little white talking it.
Take all
How'd
the
it
shots,
be?
man. Take all.
How'd it be?
CJ, today was we go
I
fight all.
don't even think that white token. I think I punch it.
We go fight
Yeah,
all of them.
Bruh.
Punch it.
Right?
We go fight all of them.
Punch
I
you.
just say what people wanted to say. What do you mean? Like,
What do you
I'm
mean?
getting a headache. I am getting a headache.
No, I didn't see men call them, to come viewing party up in the place. They call we. They didn't call them. They have no fans.
Oh,
They have no
gosh.
fans. Forget them, boy.
Grell-
They have no
Grell has
fans for
officially-
us.
Grell has officially dubbed CJ Young Rooney, yes?
No, man.
I don't take it. I take it in
They have no
what
fans for us.
do you mean?
Oh man! Oh my goodness!
understand?
Yo, this is
No,
probably
no,
the
no,
best
no,
show
no,
I'm gonna be doing for a long. Yo,
no,
this
no.
is insane.
Boss,
Boy.
I hope or they clip that and attach that to the page.
We will.
Yeah.
Somebody say Fred is like a stand. As before, says Fred is like a standing pastor. Sometimes he performs at the podium. Sometimes he just doesn't know which bread or wine to give to communion.
What going on? What really going on?
Honestly, I mean,
Mr.
dog,
Ford.
that's too far, man.
Mr. Ford, I disagree with you.
Nah, I agree. I agree.
Nah, boy.
I agree.
Fred, look,
Pretty much it.
Sit
You all
down.
have to understand Fred. Fred is full of youthful exuberance, right? He loves the club. He loves to play for the badge, and he gives 200+% every time he goes out on that field.
Yes.
So mind you, that exuberance sometimes makes him look like he don't know what he's doing. But hear what? He does the job.
For me, Fred
He
is that.
does the job. Fred is a pumpback horse. Fred is
Not
your
even
uncle
pumpback.
Peter.
Fred is that Form 1 who made the intercall team, who just happy to be here and willing to put his
Yeah,
ball
boy.
in it. That
Yeah,
Fred,
boy.
no, let me be real. The Form 1 in our intercall team always is the man who's making the extra runs. Let me not lie now.
Yeah, but you have to give him his work anyway. box to box.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is now going
Yeah,
box to
he's a
box.
hard worker when it comes to that. He is a very hard worker when it comes to that, and you
And I feel
cannot
because
dispute that in any form or fashion.
and I feel what happens to him too, just that extra effort made. That's why sometimes, but let's say about 55% of the times, his passes will go awry because of that extra effort. So the brain done overload, starving for oxygen, and he works so hard to win back the ball. And he just,
Man, that's so much
Mm.
adrenaline. He don't even have a proper touch with the ball. That's what he's saying.
yeah. But hear what? But you know what he did for us on Wednesday? And I'm not sure if you all noticed.
Scored.
No, not score. He was the first man to shoot from outside the box, recognizing
That
what
is true.
Tottenham was playing.
That is 100%.
He
and
was the
that is
first
true.
person. And from that, when he started, then the other guys say, hey, let me start it. Because if you don't shoot, you can't score.
And
If
also,
the people
correct
playing that,
is right.
if the people playing that low block,
If you look at the game yesterday, right?
Mhm.
There were a couple of occasions where, and oh Lord, let me talk about Anthony and this right foot. Defenders are finding out that Anthony has no right
has
foot.
no rifle. Yeah.
So if you watch how, I can't remember who it was defending him for that first half yesterday. They're literally giving him them coming back, so they realize it. All right, I'm going to mark off your left foot because I know you're coming back here. So I will give you that right space to push.
But you know what's the funny thing about it though? 75% of this time, he still ripped them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
No,
understand?
but the thing
I
is,
feel that's the thing with Anthony. I feel Anthony know he only has the one good foot, so he has to work extra hard to get in that position. Hence why it's hard to always mark him away from it. Because if you watch it, that signature run he just want to do, you realize defenders cannot mark against it for some reason. Because when he's come at you, the man has come at you with real disrespect. Anthony don't free people. Because if you
You
look
see
at
that?
his
You see when the two men was on him yesterday, and he just
Yes.
pulled out over the left foot and just come out. I like, oh my.
he was
Hey,
disrespectful.
Grell's actually pointing. If you read this comment,
Yeah.
he says Robin has one foot, but also you could not stop him.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
but
when you look
Gotta
at the
be
way
so-
Iron Robin plays, he was one-dimensional.
Maradona only had one foot too. Maradona only had one foot.
Robin had one foot, yes. But if Robin needed to shoot with his right, he could have. And he would at least
How
put it
often
on
did
top.
that happen, though?
It didn't happen often, but yesterday,
Exactly.
Anthony had a
No,
clear
but
cut.
Anthony has scored goals with his right.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
Alright.
has.
I will give him the benefit of
But
the
I
doubt.
know.
There-
But I know.
There was
a
a running joke. There was a running joke with Iron Robin. Everybody was like, "Hey, Robin, could you switch feet?" And he's like, "Wait, I have two of these."
Well, remember, we also had a right footer that was very, very inefficient with his left foot. Antonio Valencia.
yeah, boy.
Hmm.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
No, but
yeah, boy.
there was some games he scored with his right foot and they were screamers. Huh? I remember. I think it was against Everton.
No.
He scored one with his left.
A left foot? A left
Yeah.
foot? I can't remember, but I just
Yeah.
remember there
Yeah.
used to be like,
I remember.
cut back now. Cut. You don't reach the line. Cut back and use your left foot now. Oh, go up, please.
I remember them games. Man wouldn't use that left foot for nothing. Man was using left foot for nothing.
Absolute madness.
But
Imagine
Well,
half an hour
that's-
into this show and we just comedic. we just comedy hour right now. I love it.
what Kes commented there that all United need to do in training tomorrow is practice shooting on their weaker foot. That's all. But I know they have been doing weaker foot work. I think that was stated in a prior show,
Mhm.
and they read it that they have the players working on their weaker foot. They have weaker foot drills to do.
Remember, doing that kind of work is not something that comes in
Yeah.
a month, 2 months.
It takes time.
That's at least half of a season
Yeah.
of constant work.
Because
So once they if we will see the progress, we will see the improvements.
but also too,
Mhm.
we have to okay, let me talk about this, right? Like how a lot of people are getting fed up on Rashford. But for me personally, this is what I saw in terms of that. A lot of people don't like the whole idea of how is it that Rashford gets to start, but yet he keeps missing. But we tend to forget for every 2 Rashford misses is every 2 Rashford goals we're going to get in our next game. Let me be real on
True.
it. Four.
Very true.
Four. Because
very
if you
true.
really watch it,
Because I know you can't count it.
no question, man.
What are you trying to say? He's been in Must too long?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't start
Raul.
don't start must again.
Raul.
Don't start must
Raul.
again. CJ,
Eddie,
Raul.
must.
Eddie, no,
Even though I
let
don't
me
mind.
that.
CJ, bring it. I don't mind no. CJ, let
Alright.
me know. You go fight
But
them
like-
all, you know.
All right.
Okay,
but-
no,
Good
Must
afternoon
and
to Martin Phillip.
Mhm.
Good afternoon to
No.
Martin Phillip.
Yeah.
Just
Remember,
gonna bring
Must
him
only
on
have two fans, right? Must
Let
only
me
have two
come
fans.
down from there now.
Yeah, they
No,
call it. Let me finish my
never.
point. Let me finish my point. Serious thing. But for me,
Yes, please. Yes,
I
CJ,
don't
finish your
get-
point, please. Finish your point.
I don't get mad when Rashford misses. You know why? Because Rashford actually looks hungry to score. And a hungry to score Rashford eventually just start to score. Because I remember
True.
hearing commentators, I will not call him Roy Keane, say how if Ronaldo
But
was
you
in
now call him my name.
regardless, if Ronaldo was in Rashford position, he would have scored. With what pace, dog? With what pace? What pace, dog? And that's the thing. Rashford gives you pace on our counter. You ever realize our midfielders love playing with Rashford because guess why? The minute I send that ball, I know to myself, Rashford inside. The Arsenal game. All you need Rashford to be is there. So for me,
But Rashford had a good game yesterday. It just that,
and I think
it's
he
just
didn't
that,
have a bad game.
and as I put in a chat in a voice note, the only reason he didn't finish that first one where the ball came into him in the box is because his first touch was not good.
Yeah.
Because the ball actually rolled away, so he actually had to stretch to try the dink. So which means the
Yeah.
ball didn't dink at all. But if the first touch was more deft, oh my goodness, that would have been goal.
That was it.
Because he
now-
made the attempt, because you could see
I'm-
he was going to make the attempt to use the finesse. He finally controller.
And I'm glad we're able to talk about it because I wanted to get everybody's opinion on the whole situation with Marcus Rashford. I think it's obvious that he's only really in that position because Martial's injured, Ronaldo being Ronaldo, and apart from that, we don't really have any other out strikers to put into the team unless you want to bring in Charlie McNeil, who we're not even sure is ready for that pressure
Yeah.
just yet.
I wouldn't
And
do that.
then of course, and then again we have another individual who's currently doing time. So yeah, that's another story in itself.
You don't have that
He
individual.
in the same place with Must. Right.
Bruh.
NTJ? And I tell you,
Christ.
TJ, I have your back, you know. I have your back, TJ, but I have your back, boy.
Jesus
I have your back,
Christ,
boy. I have your back.
man.
Hey,
I tell you.
if
I have your
only
back.
Man.
only he again could go to the group, just do it. Just do it was.
Bro,
It was nice.
bro, this is
It was
insane.
nice.
Let me get some comments in here real quick. This is saying CJ Rashford, all Rashford goals come from playing on the left. That centre forward position is not fair, but I guess he'll do because of the
Agreed.
suspension and injury to others I would not name. I mean, I just basically covered that same thing, but yes, thank you for repeating it so we can get some emphasis on it.
When he
Grell
was typing,
is saying here.
Cut some slack now. You're real undercover disrespectful, you know, boy. The man was typing while he was talking.
I mean, I hope I hit swap to you. Anyhow,
don't think
Grell
that's
is saying
his
that if we tell United's success in the past, it has been based on clinical pair finishes. Example, Ronaldo, Rooney, York, Cole. As a counter-attacking team, we need to find a clinical pair up front. Let's kind of dwell on that here for a sec.
I agree.
If you had to pick a pair from United's current bunch, and I mean, I know we're looking at probably getting Gakpo another striker in January. Yeah, let's put it from a hypothetical perspective.
Martial and Rashford.
Okay.
I don't care what
No,
Martial and Rashford.
To me,
But they
it's
need to be
Martial.
Still,
They need to be fit.
No, to
All
me,
right,
it's just
gentlemen.
Martial
Martial.
needs to be fit.
Because Rashford is
gentlemen, one at a time, please, one at a time.
No.
I want to. All right, Raul, since you said, I want you to say yours and why.
It is the chemistry that has been there from how long they're playing together. We've seen them perform preseason and even early in the season together. there's that right now. It's not a York and Cole kind of supernatural chemistry, but there is that chemistry and understanding with how each other play. So that's why. But right now, York, Rashford and Martial are your best bet up from once Martial is, and Martial. I don't care what nobody say. Martial is in the mood. He has been in the mood since he came back out from the injury. Then he get injured again, and even when he came back out, he was still looking in the mood. And then we pick up something else. So I'm telling you, when he comes back out again, he's going to be in the mood.
Okay.
Anthony
Robert,
Martial is
Robert,
going
now
to
it's
get
your
at least
turn.
50 goals this season.
Robert, now it's your turn. Who's your pick? Mr. Take all the shots. Like you take too many already.
To me, I find Rashford is not as clinical as he can be. So, but I don't know why you put Rashford and Martial, because yes, they have that chemistry. Honestly, I mean, if he who shall not be named was still in the team, then him and Martial would be just demonic. That would just be, I mean, you would have two killers up front, men who just don't miss, who ice cold. You know what I mean? But as it is right now, I mean, yes, I would say Martial and Rashford. But to me, Rashford is not as clinical as Martial. You know, Martial don't need two to score, just one. Whereas I feel like with Rashford, he needs two or three to score one. You know, so
Okay.
I would
Good
say
thing.
that. Yeah.
Good thing. Let me get yours.
I agree, but I disagree with you there. Here what? A partnership does not necessarily mean that both are scoring. It's creating scoring opportunities. No.
100%. I agree with that.
All right.
If you look at all the great partnerships in the past, the Rooney, Ronaldo, the York Cole, there was always one striker that was more in front. I disagree with you because that Ronaldo Martial thing, CR7 don't have the mentality to do it like that. Because
No, I was talking about the other guy. The other guy who in jail.
That other guy. Yeah. Well,
him.
That other guy.
He and Martial would have been.
that
other
other
guy.
guy on fire. But
Yeah, and Martial would have been.
unfortunately,
He's speaking about the healthy forest.
Yeah. Hello.
But at the present time, based on our personal that are available, I think the Martial Rashford is the best combination because Rashford is going to do all the dirty work, and Martial will do the finesse, which is what is one of the integral things that you need for a strike partnership. But again, you see, the game is not like that anymore.
No.
How many teams that you know that play a traditional 4-4-2?
Not many.
Or play two strikers on the whole?
I mean, outside here, like your Burnleys and maybe those kind of teams that physical.
I didn't think lower table teams play that. They might have the 4 block in the middle, but even they usually play one with a withdrawn striker. Nobody really plays an out and out 2 striker game anymore.
Fairs.
And I think they should, just to catch people off guard.
They should.
Because just to get people off guard. Because you get that 2-prong, you will force your opponents now to adjust and change. And
okay, CJ, I want to give CJ a chance to answer. So CJ, let me get what you think. You agree with everybody else, or do you have something different in mind?
No, I agree with the Martial and the Rashford, but I also agree with Kirsten's comment because really, in our partnership, both don't have to be scoring, because most of the times you tend to have a partnership where a guy would assist, do the dirty work sometimes, and you just there to do it. Because look at some famous partnerships. Like the greatest example is MSN. Yes, MSN had goal tallies between the 3 of them was crazy. It was big. But most of the time, your target man was always Luis Suarez. Your clinical finisher was always Luis Suarez. Nobody could say that's not true. Neymar was always the creative and dribbling, breaking up defense, and Messi will be Messi. But what makes it good is that if one person wasn't scoring, they always have a scorer. That being said, with Martial and Rashford partnership, that is why I like Martial and Rashford partnership. Not one was more or less the dribbler, the artist. The other was just you go in there, you finish it, and you go and finish it normal. Because the first season in Ten Hag, that game against Norwich, do you remember that game against Norwich, right? When
It's Norwich or Brighton?
no, Norwich with Norwich. When it was Martial, Dan James, and Rashford up front.
That was under Ollie.
Under Ollie, yeah, under Ollie, that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Under Ollie, you're realizing that game, they were just creating with each other.
Yeah, that's true. They really kind of complemented each other's runs in all of those situations.
Because it wasn't a frustrating game for them to finish, yes, but it was getting done.
They eventually did.
The link-up game
Yeah,
was
they eventually did.
crazy. So for me,
All right.
it really has to be that although both not scoring, there has to be a partnership where both can thrive. So I feel that's the
Fair.
closest one. I see somebody in the comments say like they want.
Yeah, I'm actually about to go to the comments and see what's going on here. Just now. So I'll start off with Kes here. Kes is saying that he's basically agreeing with you guys. He's saying that Rashford and Martial have the quality, so he kind of thinks that there's an understanding there between the two of them because they were played. SS before this saying he's saying that he would pick CR7, Martial and CR7. The interesting one. He also backs it up by saying he's not drunk. He's just going out on yeah, I know what that one, Chief. I know about that one, Chief. I really know that one. Yes, there it is right there. So
Watch me. That man, Mr. Ford, SSB Ford, you're going out on a limb like Arsenal, like being the elephant on a branch, okay? Please.
bruh.
The reason
The
I
jokes
just
we
got
can
to
make
say
for Arsenal right now.
the reason Martial and Rashford work out because both of them, although they're kind of similar, they're kind of different in personality. I mean, Martial been cheating on Gal, and Rashford look like he don't even. Let me talk. Let's think about it. Let's think about it. Let's think about it.
Jesus.
And Rashford getting horn, right? Okay, yes, we get.
Every
Ra-
time.
Rashford
Moving
getting
on.
horn,
No,
Martial
moving
defend.
on.
I get.
Every
Moving
time
on.
Martial-
Moving on. CJ, no. CJ, no. CJ, no. Moving on.
No, I get
Moving
it.
on.
I understand.
Moving
But
on.
there's no
Robert
reason
Hush.
for it, man.
Robert
No,
Hush. Robert Hush.
no.
Listen,
Why? Because
here, my
man
pick
getting
would be
horn.
Ronaldo because
So
hello. I
Rashford getting
am
horn.
reading out
he
a
getting
comment
cheated.
here.
Oh gosh, man.
I am reading a comment here. Stop it.
Hey,
You're
this is all talking now. This is all
You're
talking, man.
saying
We
my
have no
pick would
control
be
here.
Ronaldo.
I have no control here.
I will remove your ass from the stream, eh? You go ahead and be mad at me.
He will do you what Eric did to Ronaldo.
What's that?
Exactly, and bad shit to the wilderness. Shit.
I'm not saying it.
Anyhow, Grell is saying my pick would be Ronaldo because he has both guns and Anthony. He's also adding up and he's saying that he said that Madrid had Benzema and Vinicius Junior, but I'm guessing when you look at the way Benzema was, he did the bulk of that work. Vinicius was just there to mainly just pick up the slack, like what I think a lot of people were saying with Rashford and Martial. One does the bulk of the work, and the other will just take up the slack and finish off. Martin Phillip has contributed in this one where he's saying that he likes Anthony, and he who should not be named. He said they would create havoc. That would have been true. And President Chad is chiming in here by saying that nobody plays a front two up top anymore. I mean, we're looking at it from a hypothetical standpoint. So we just thinking of the idea of how that would work. Kes is jumping in and saying that he said both would have 20 plus goal seasons. I mean, the possibility arises that is possible. And he's also asking you if you are cold close, CJ.
Hey. Always remember, right? We have a lawyer, right? Always remember, we have a lawyer.
I hope you're not talking about. No.
We have a lawyer. Don't worry, we have a
lawyer. Even the dog disagrees with that decision. He's like, no. Anyway,
like lawyer.
We have a lawyer, man. Don't worry. Don't frighten.
Grell is saying again, Martial and Rashford have chemistry, yes, but they are not clinical together. I mean, if you remember how they played in 1920, that's a different story, yeah?
Yeah, clinical. Being clinical will end up being the more time that they spend together on the pitch. Once,
And
and that's the thing, they are rhythm players. Once they get into a rhythm, their form gradually improves. And it's so weird that if they're playing badly, it's just like they just continue to play badly. But once they're playing good,
Yeah.
they continue to play good.
No, but look at the Omonia game when Marshall and Rashford came on. Look, they
literally changed the game.
both of them had an impact. So for me, I definitely feel Marshall is just very bad lucky because if he was very much fit, I could have seen so many games going different ways. Because you cannot tell me, even okay, if we look at Rashford's recent form, I don't even think Rashford's recent form is bad form. I just think man just had a finish. But you mean to tell me if Marshall wasn't next to him, he would not get more chances to finish? Look at the Liverpool game. That pass from Marshall wasn't a mistake, you know. He knew Rashford was gone. Man, the minute he see Rashford run, he was like, time boy there, gone. That's it. And a story. So for me, I think these guys really just bad lucky that one always gets injured or one is always out of form. Because I can't understand it.
So, which would mean so if Marshall comes back to full fitness, who's coming out of the starting 11?
Yeah, that's the next licks. That's the next piece. Sancho. Sancho.
Yeah, most likely Sancho. Yeah, most likely Sancho because his performances have been woeful.
Sancho isn't having a bad season.
No, he's not having a bad season. No. Yeah, he's not having
But
a
he
bad
ain't great right now either.
It's just that for me, how the rhythm is going for United, you ever realize when a man gets benched, he comes back in the game like real good. I feel for me, if Sancho gets a bench, I don't think Sancho will feel like back to square one. I think Sancho is under 10 Hag is gonna be like, all right, the coach want me to catch myself, and I'll catch myself.
I think the way Ten Hag is managing this team now is that he's not letting them say that okay, you're on the bench because it's a punishment. You're on the bench because I want you to improve. I want you to just see what's going on and see how men are getting better. I want you to get to that level. So I think it's a gradual understanding of okay, form has to be fixed up and just you'll need to come and do what you'll need to do and show that you're consummate professionals. And speaking of consummate professionals or lack thereof, within the next few minutes, we're going to segue into this. Ronaldo FC versus Just United FC. This has been going on for the last few days, ever since Wednesday, since Mr. Man decided to pack up his things and go.
Can we call Ronaldo Baba Boy for the whole segment?
Were you really drinking today, like CJ?
No, but he did break Usain record, dog. Just not on the field.
Oh my god!
Like that.
Yay. I ain't able. I am not able. Anyway, so since this whole thing has, since this whole thing has come up. Social media and the fan base on a whole has had a bit of a great divide. You've seen people who are standing in solidarity with Ronaldo, and then you have the Manchester United fans who understand why Ten Hag took the decision that he did. Now, my thing is, gentlemen, is like, what does this say about the fan base in itself? I mean, how much has player FC really?
Sorry.
That's real bad, boy. That's real bad.
Everybody just here for the slander, yes.
Boy. Everybody just remember, like, share, subscribe to videos for everyone who are watching. Share with your friends. Let them tell two friends.
I will share this.
Just remember, we are
Before
on the road to. Hold on.
And before, let Greg finish. Mm-hmm. He didn't finish.
Yeah, let him finish.
Okay, thank you. We are on the road to 10K, and just remember that we will be giving away an autographed Cristiano Ronaldo jersey at
this
when
is a
we hit
horrible
10,000
pitch, man.
subscribers. Yes,
it's a horrible pitch.
So,
it's horrible.
What?
It's a horrible pitch.
Let me
you can't
can
say bad
can you
and then promote bad. It's not cool.
personally, if nobody wants, I go take it still. No matter
No,
what
no,
I
no,
get.
no, 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 no,
Right.
no, CJ. No, CJ.
It's
I-
a red for that jersey. I'm telling you, it's wrong.
Nah.
I take the
Wow,
jersey. I gotta take a picture
wow,
just to
wow.
get social media vexed.
No,
You are
now,
mad.
now, mind
man.
you, now, mind you, it brings us back to the event in question with the man in question about whose jersey is being given away. So we see that his stands are basically fighting long and hard to be able to get to have him and to validate and vindicate him from his position being exiled from the team because of Ten Hag. What do you say to these individuals, Raul? I want to go with you. Sir, sir,
I'm
sir.
done. I'm done.
I'm about to do it again, yes. And he drops his phone. Make sure you drop it on a cushion or something. You ain't gonna be paying you back for no phone there. Oh gosh.
Excuse.
All right. Nice. Robert.
Oi.
I know you've vindicated long and hard and have attacked people whenever said that Cristiano Ronaldo was the problem. So, what do you have to say on the matter
Yes.
today, sir?
What do you mean today? Well, today. Yesterday was yesterday. Last year was last year. Last year, he wasn't the problem. He was a problem, but he wasn't the problem. But
So,
today,
has your stance changed since?
I would say this, right? I would say this. I would say I have a bias, like we all do. Everybody has a
You
bias.
don't say. You
No,
don't
that's
say.
definite, right? I will always say it, right? Every fan has their favorites, right? Greg have Bruno, man have this, whoever, right? Everybody had their biases. Cool, right? But the difference is if you can also accept that there are truths, right, to what players are doing. For example, with Ronaldo, I agree with everyone. The man had no right to walk off the field. To me, that was absolute shit. The man, you can't come and talk about being professional and then you walk off the field. You can't come and tell me the manager asks you to come on for a sub, right? And you say no. You can't say no. You supposed to say yes, sir. Go on the field, right? Even if it's for five minutes, whatever. You go on the field. Let men see you. You play a game, right? And then you whistle blows, you clap, and you walk off, right? You can't say you are CR7, right? You're the best in the world. You're acting like a child, like a baby. I will always say Ronaldo is the greatest of all time. I will say it and I'll fight anybody with it. I would. I am biased and you see, man, but I'm also, I could see what's going on. Right now at this time, yes, Ronaldo is an issue. But the
So
issue
what
now
do you
is
have
him.
to say? So the question is, what do you have to say to the side of the fan base that's actually trying to take his side in an instance when you think that he's wrong for his actions?
I could understand them, right? But at the same time, you can't be blind. You can't be blind. You know what I mean? You can't be blind to what's going on. It's like you have, again, I go in both ways because this is the old talk. We can talk, craziness. You have your woman. You have your wife. She getting a little, she getting a little chunky. You know what I mean? She getting a little chunky, right? And you won't tell your wife,
Hey, hold on. I see
babe,
CJ facing the
love
corner there. I see
Love
CJ
you.
facing the corner there. Hold on.
Babes,
CJ, stop it.
babes,
Stop it.
babes,
CJ, stop it.
I love you.
CJ, stop.
You are my
CJ,
girl,
stop it.
right? However, I find, your size getting a little, I don't know.
Views expressed by Mr. Robert are not.
That is not mine. That
No.
view is not mine.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
No, no.
Let me say it properly. The views expressed by Mr. Robert Wallace
No.
are not the views
You see,
of
again,
the
you
members
see,
of Old Talk and Manchester United supporters Caribbean.
I
So-
don't like, right?
I
CJ make a whole war against Mus, right?
No,
and I back
no,
here,
no, no.
right? And you call all of us in it.
I call him
I
Peter
said-
Jr.
I
being a
said-
member of
I
the Chubby
said-
Chaser Society
I
at
said-
Trinidad and Tobago.
Uh-huh.
We agree with this, you know.
I-
I like my different one.
I'm just
If you-
saying,
If you
People.
do something, let me do some.
hey,
And
I know.
Listen,
I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. You have to be honest, right? Greg, you're married, right? Correct.
Yes, happily.
Good.
Yes.
You and your wife have to be honest.
Just
honest,
now.
right?
Hold
No,
on.
no, 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 no. I'm asking Greg.
Greg,
You have to be honest, right? With your
don't
wife,
do
right?
it.
No, no,
Greg, don't do
no.
it.
This has nothing to do with
No.
what I
Let him
said.
finish. Let him
In
finish. How
general,
do we go with
in
this?
general,
Let him
right?
finish.
If your wife does something that you don't like, do you keep it to yourself, or do you come and say, "Honey, babes, love, I love you, but X, Y, Z, A, B, C."
It's all a matter of how you express your displeasure, Martin.
Right, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. You can love something, right? I love Ronaldo. I have jerseys of Ronaldo. I love Ronaldo. But at the same time,
I think
can
most
come
of
and
us here
say,
do.
right,
I don't.
Ronaldo, you are still being a humongous right? You are being a big
For
baby.
those
You
of
need
you
to
who are
calm
wondering, that
down.
word rhymes with stunt.
C for
Right.
Kunmunu. Right.
Right. You need to stop it. You need to, if you want, right? If you want to be the greatest, which you are, show me now.
Oh, okay.
You know, be big enough to understand, dog. You are old. You are an old man.
I want to
Right?
express.
It's time you play your role. Your role is no longer to be the star. Your role now is to take men like Anthony, who idolize you, men like Sancho and Rashford, who pattern his whole way of running and shooting behind you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Show these men the scene. Show these men the rope. Show these men, look, I did
Alright.
it. You can do it.
I get what you're saying. Again,
You
I get what you're saying
understand?
there, Robert. I get what you're
Just
saying.
don't be
Courtney,
shy.
I wanna go to Courtney on this one. I wanna go to
See, you
Courtney on this
thought I would have come here right and rant.
Robert,
No, I'm a grown
Robert,
man. I
Robert,
don't rant.
Robert, you're doing it right now.
How is this
You're
ranting?
ranting right now.
You
You're
just try to
ranting
trap
right
me.
now.
You try to trap me in a trap. But no, I get you the
Anyway,
no.
Anyway, Courtney, I'm
What?
coming to you on this. I want to paint this picture for you.
Mhm.
If say you're a member of the Manchester United playing team, yeah, you're part of that first team, and you were you happen to be on the bench during that whole situation with Ronaldo storming off against Spurs. If you caught him in the corner of your eye going down the tunnel just like that, as a teammate, as a fellow professional, how would you have felt in a situation like that?
I'd be sitting back and boiling. Well, boy, look back and all in the camp here now. Let me go pop some popcorn and take the seat. Because let's be real, Ronaldo, for all the things and all the accolades that he has, he would have dared not do that if that was Salah's Spurs.
Facts.
No, that's a
100%.
lie. That's a lie.
How?
That's a lie.
Nah.
Because I remember, right, when he was playing for us, I don't know if you guys remember it, Ferguson brought him off, right? Took him off the field. I think we were like 3-4-0 up. So. And Ferguson took him off. And this man flipped out. The man flipped out on the bench.
Okay, he flip out.
Yeah,
he flip out on
Yeah,
the
but
bench.
flipping out and actually leaving the
But
ground or
you
leaving.
Correct.
But you can leave. Let him leave that.
Sat down. You throw
To
your
me-
tantrum on the bench.
No, but to me, both ways are still disrespect.
Nah,
To me,
boy.
it is the
Nah.
disrespect. The
Nah.
disrespect.
Yeah, why-
No, we've
right?
seen this council players to have tantrums on the benches
Robert,
before.
a measure of disrespect is a bigger measure of disrespect when you tell yourself, okay, because you didn't come on the pitch, you more vexed with everybody else, and you say, you know what the hell is everybody?
But the
Shit
thing
all
about
out,
it
I
is,
go on.
he chose not to go on the pitch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
chose.
Exactly,
Because
He chose.
you know
And
what?
because you choose
and that makes it even worse.
on the bench, do not leave the bench.
Yeah.
It is a matter of discipline. You're talking about. He's talking about. He wants to set an example and this and that, but you're doing stupidness.
And then that post that he put up afterwards, right?
Absolute filth.
You know that post remind me of?
Biggest load up BS I've ever seen in my life.
You know what that post
No,
remind me of?
yeah, already
Say it
this is
again.
what
Say it.
You know
Say
what
it,
post
say
that
it,
post
say
remind me of?
Say
You know
it.
that come like? You ever realize like your parents do something real wrong? They were in the wrong. And they're like, you want something to eat? They ain't say sorry, you know. They ain't say sorry. But they're like, oh, you want something to eat? You ain't addressed nothing. You addressed nothing. You
No.
didn't say my behavior was wrong. You was like, oh, I just here committed.
Yeah, but Their parents.
Back, boy.
They was right and you was wrong. You're the child.
Anyway, going back to Courtney.
You are the child.
No, but
Going
he
back to
would not have
Courtney.
done it if it was Sir Alex. He may have thrown a tantrum on the bench and expressed his frustration, but he would not. He would have dared not walk out on Sir Alex because
Yeah,
he
no.
knew he faced coffee.
Yeah.
Ten Hag might be that guy, but the same respect that he would have wanted to show for Sir Alex,
Mm-hmm.
I think you should show for Ten Hag. And on top of that, I could bet money that after that whole scene happened, Sir Alex pick up the phone and call him and chew him out.
No, I don't think so.
You
Because
don't
I don't know. Nah. Because I don't know if you all. Well, again, this is what I read. I don't know if it's true or not. But I read at how he was on his side. He was on Ronaldo's side, saying how it was disrespectful.
I don't believe that.
Again, I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know.
Could never be because
But what I'm.
That's
But
cap.
I would
That's
say
cap.
this, right? Ferguson is the reason why we are in this right now.
Well,
I would say it. I would
yes
say
and
it.
no. No,
I would say because
not
the man
all of it, though.
Not in
last year,
its entirety.
Yeah,
but
not
okay,
entirely.
last year, right?
Mhm.
I remember we had a video last year. Myself, Darren Garner. I don't know if you were there, but
Mm.
I was on the show chat and I cussed out Ronaldo. I called Ronaldo all kind of names because how dare he decide or even mention to go into City, right? I cussed.
I was not on that show, but I saw it though.
I called my
I
traitor.
was on that show.
Right. I was wrong. We were wrong. Ferguson was wrong to call him, tell him, please come back. We should have allowed Ronaldo to go wherever he wanted to go and not come back here.
I know
What do you
that.
We
think?
should have.
In
We
hindsight,
should have.
just to counter
Yes,
that,
yes,
in
in
hindsight,
hindsight. Yes, in hindsight.
in hindsight.
Yes.
But at the same,
Yes.
but at the same time, given it, when you're actually living out the situation at that point in time,
Mhm.
to hear the idea of Cristiano Ronaldo going to Manchester City, the United fans that would be considered sacrilege
Right.
because you looking at
But-
it from the perspective of why is someone who has this history, who has this such of an intertwinement, who we consider one of our greatest players to come through, going to do that and betray the trust of many people who grew up watching him? Because we basically, a lot of us here saw Cristiano Ronaldo as that skinny little 18-year-old boy, freckled face, blonde streak hair, coming onto the pitch during that
With braces.
Yeah, with braces. Many of us remember him at that age. And we still kind of have an affiliation to that player that spent 6 years here.
Mhm.
So at that point in time, there's a part of us that was kind of feeling hurt, would have been hurt inside. And then when the news came out that City not going through the deal again and United signing him, for us, it was a lot of us feeling like, we were getting a chance to relive our younger years again
Yes.
because we're seeing someone who gave us so much joy during his period here. They felt as if, this is great times for us again. And then based on the fact of the season prior, remember we finished second, we got to the Europa League final, we lost unfortunately, but the fact remains, the mood was positive. We were on the up.
You
At
felt
that
the-
point, we felt so. Yeah. So
But
gradually, how things have transpired now,
yeah.
it's easy to say that you should have never signed him. It's easy to say
Yeah,
that
no.
now, but
But-
within that period of time, that was the furthest thought from your mind.
My father's always said, and I've heard a lot of old people say it, you can never go back. That's why
Of course not.
when you have your ex, do ever go back? It don't matter how nice you look. Don't go back there. It's the same nasty cretin. The same thing you left. She's the same way now. The only difference is it's more makeup, right? And for some reason, she gets sweeter. She's not sweeter.
More
No.
experience.
You
You're
are.
talking like a man who went through that kind of emotional damage, boy.
Now I going to say is like there's a man who didn't listen to
Robert,
you,
you
take
name
elders
is
and
Robert,
went and
yeah?
went and dipped in the well one too many times.
Yeah, no, let me tell you something, right? As a man, right? It's important to go through these things when you're young. So that way, you can pass on the knowledge now. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's like when Marshall was talking to Voice and then fellas was laughing at him. What high learning? I'm thinking, these men didn't understand. Marshall knew what he was saying. right? Marshall
boss
knew what
man.
he was saying. These
Anyway,
little kids and them.
I
No,
want
look
to
at
go to
them.
CJ now.
Don't look
Yeah,
at
no
boys
clue.
beefing with Trinidad Killer if you listen to Marshall.
Dog. I'll tell
Anyway,
him,
let
man,
me
don't ever
go
go
to
back.
CJ. Let me go to
Alright.
CJ on this
I
one.
just
CJ,
got to start off with a classic tune that has my feeling on the situation.
oh, this should be interesting.
Dress up like police and I run like thieves. Don't run.
Yeah. So, all our kicks aside, all our raps aside, okay, my take on the Ronaldo serious thing is this. I am not hating Ronaldo. I will never hate Ronaldo. Ronaldo will be one of the greatest players I have ever seen in my time. And personally, I will never forget the first game he came back and he scored that goal with Peter Drury. I could never forget that day. You will never forget that day as a United fan. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
We'll never forget. Because the way everything was so poetic, everything was so, it was like a script, but you couldn't write it. You can't write that. It's not even a script. You can't write these things. So, that being said, I will never hate Ronaldo. If he leaves, I will still have the same respect and love for him. But fair is fair. Let me be fair. Let me be fair about it. Let's be fair about it for a little bit, right? I was talking to somebody in our comment section when they asked when I said, well, Ronaldo needs to get himself together. Now, I think the Ronaldo FC fan base is not just the delusional fan base, but I think it's a fan base that is ridden off of Ronaldo's coattails and what Ronaldo used to do. And I think that's a tragic thing because there's this thing in wrestling, although, yes, it's a wrestling analogy, but there's this thing in wrestling where you see a legend. For example, Undertaker. Everybody like Undertaker. Nobody can never say they never like Undertaker once in their life. But as time went, you saw Undertaker matches. You saw Undertaker real slow. For me, you know, was my one point where I said maybe it is time to stop and look at certain things. When Goldberg and Undertaker did their match, and Undertaker almost died in that ring.
The man tried a leg drop. It didn't work.
And I'm not saying it's the same Ronaldo, but my thing is this. It's not the same body. It's not the same form. This man is 37 going on 38. I think it's unfair for us to hold this man to the standard of he's going to be Ronaldo. And in the comments, one said, but how you going to say Ronaldo had to adapt? Then he wouldn't be Ronaldo. But he can't be Ronaldo. He can't do that. That's unfair to him. I'm not doing this for the sake of I just don't want Ronaldo at the club. I just personally don't want to see a legend run down their years and run down themselves chasing at something that they might never get, that they don't need to get. If Ronaldo, you know what's the greatest example I've used with Ronaldo? If Ronaldo adapted his playing style to like a Cavani, in the sense of he has the positional awareness, he could use his positional awareness, his height and athleticism to get a goal. And that's my thing. And for me, I think what we have to look at this Ronaldo argument, it's not a right versus wrong. It's just what is the sensible option with both parties. For me, even if Ronaldo leaves to go to our next club, do you think that the next club is going to use him consistently? And even when they do, what is going to happen? We see this movie already, fellas. Look at Ronaldo's Juventus tenure. You ever realize that Juventus tenure, as time went, the honeymoon stopped happening? Juventus wasn't hitting how he was hitting. That man, yes, his first season at Juventus, he started slow and he picked up. But you know what I told somebody? What year was that with Ronaldo? What year was it?
I was fresh off of our Champions League win.
Exactly. And we have to be real. In football, 37 is not something you could just
37 is ancient in football.
Exactly. And then and you know what the most criminal thing I realized that more half of the Ronaldo fan base does not watch football and does not appreciate football in its sense. The comparison between him and Luka Modric. That was disrespectful, not because it was it was disrespectful because of all football terms. Luka Modric is not playing in a position where he has to actively run. He has to actively fight. He has to use pace. Luka Modric is a guy who sets the tone, who could play from deep, who could pass from deep. Thus, when you look at most midfielders stay in the game longer because their position could adapt.
Allows them, yeah.
Even if you look at the comparison between him and Rooney, the reason I put Rooney over Ronaldo because Rooney was always that guy to adapt, boy. That man know he was slowing down and said, you know what? Let me go in the midfield and use the next set of skills so I could give way to other players. Rooney never held back Rashford. He never even held back Jesse Lingard. And that's what and I know the next comparison to. I was watching Cars 3 the other day. Cars 3, Lightning McQueen and Ronaldo are very similar in that story. You know why? McQueen couldn't hit the same laps he used to hit. His trainer said,
wait, you have three of them?
Yeah, there's a 3. Yeah, it's a 3. There's a 3.
Wow. You know what his trainer said to Lightning McQueen that he couldn't accept? You're getting slower as a car, so as a racer, you can't use the same tactics. When you watch Ronaldo's gameplay, he's using the same tactics he wants to use at 24. You can't do that. Every athlete
Yeah, sorry, I was gonna say with longevity, sometimes it requires a bit of adaptability. So
Exactly.
Cristiano Ronaldo himself has to understand that you're not gonna be the same player you were. Exactly. I was not gonna say that. Zlatan.
Exactly. Zlatan is at Milan, but you don't see Zlatan fighting younger players for more minutes.
Nope.
Zlatan is on the.
Now I see the likes of Rafael Leao and those guys getting more game time because Zlatan understands that his legs may not be able to go the way he was when he was at 20s or in his early 30s. And I think Cristiano Ronaldo has to come to accept that now.
Exactly, and the crazy part is he benefited from that because he was part of the championship winning side of AC Milan. That could be Ronaldo. If Ronaldo turns out mental, you know how crazy this United team would be? You know crazy this team would be, right? You have Rashford, who emulates your game, who has your movements. And you not go and say, hey, let me help him out. Let me be more of a mentor. I'm not saying he's not that, but things like this take away from that. Like, bro, the team was winning 2-0. I can't understand when the team winning 2-0, you get up and you're not doing it. Bro, your countrymen who want to play World Cup in Diogo Dalot and Bruno Fernandes had the best games. You're going to the World Cup with them. If I was Bruno, I don't know how I would feel, you know, because it's like, dog, I'm showing you and I committed to the team and you want to just go and leave. So what's going to happen? What will happen? Nah. So by all means, if Ronaldo wants to turn a page and realize he wants to change his ways, I am a forgiving man. But if this behavior is a constant thing, then we have to cut our losses. I don't mind this contract getting paid off and we just move. It's okay. I'm not mad at him. Do what you had to do. I can't go through this every time we hit a corner. A Ronaldo story comes. That real frustrating to me, dog. I can't keep doing that.
I think it's gotten to the point now where it's just that the sooner this saga is dealt with and it's over and maybe it ends with Ronaldo finding a new club in January, I think the better it will be for everybody, for the progression of Manchester United as a team. And I think it'll be better for the fan base because we can now weed out who's really here to support the club to who's really just here to support the player. Because Player FC and player power in football has been one of the most corruptible entities that has destroyed the game for God knows how long. And I hope to God it gets eradicated soon. Gentlemen, we have been in the bar for an hour and 13 minutes and they're ready to kick we out. So let's keep it brief. At least maybe 30 seconds are left. Some closing thoughts. Raul, I'm going to start with you.
My thoughts. Well, thank God for the performances of some of the players this weekend. My fantasy looks fabulous for once. For once. But other than that, I'm just looking forward to the games ahead. I'm looking forward to that game against Villa next week, seeing that they're on the new manager bounce. And I'm hoping that we could watch that bounce and flatten them properly. And keep a clean sheet. Because we are not playing bad football at all.
No. Most
so
of
just
them
glory.
Nice.
All the way.
Nice, man. Robert, let me hear from you.
I am happy with the team. You know, again, the whole Ronaldo thing is obviously a shame, but we should not be talking about him. We should be talking about the team. The team had a great game. right? We played Chelsea. It didn't work out, but still, the men fought. So my thing is, I think our next game is what, Thursday.
Yeah, I think we're playing. I think it's Sheriff we had to play.
Right. So my thing is, we should meet Sheriff, hit Sheriff like about 8 in the tail, because reasons, right? And just move on from there. You understand? Just done, you know. So I am glad. As a fan, I am happy. You know.
All right, that's good to hear. CJ.
I would take that from Robert, but my thing is enjoy it. I mean, you have to understand that, okay, yeah, we've been in the real honeymoon saga and then we go down. But I hate to say, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it feels different, dude. And as as fans, we need to stop the player FC and understand that we have a manager who is doing the things we wanted. We have a manager who is benching bad form and bad behavior and is rewarding good form and good behavior. And once you have that, you can't lose. So that's all I could say. Let me enjoy the football.
All right.
Let me not be so hard on the situation.
All right. And Courtney, let me get your take on this situation. Your final thoughts.
It is what it is. I'm seeing positives, but again, as with anything, it is going to take time and it's going to take work.
Mhm.
So let's see how let's let it run its course, and hopefully we come out at the end of the season in a better footing than we started.
All right, and I mean, I appreciate the optimism from everybody here because, like most United fans, the team becoming a better team in itself and ultimately getting to the end goal, playing for competition, playing for trophies. That's what we really want to see. We want a competitive team. We want a team that's playing good football, and we want to know that we can get the Manchester United that we are accustomed seeing, that most of us have grown up here seeing for all those years. So it is something that we hope that Eric Ten Hag gets to progressively do. And we would like to think that's just only a matter of time. Gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out and having a drink with us and sharing your views and your opinions on certain things. Maybe pews like we're in church. But anyway, gentlemen, thank you again so much. For everyone, again, Shub Diwali, enjoy your holiday. And as President Chad loves to say, whoa, what's that? And as President Chad loves to say, Red Devils, we don't die, we multiply. Take care, everybody.
Hey, if you appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and let's grow this community.